Hi, it's good to see you again. And boy, I've got so much going on in my mind. I've got to keep my feet underneath me. So this was a really interesting experiment for me. I like doing experiments and kind of seeing how things go. And what I discovered by leading this challenge was that I really enjoyed it. It was challenging for me. And the feedback I got from people, sometimes through the closed Facebook group and sometimes through emails, was actually really awesome. Like, people got some really great awarenesses. And so I thought, geez, like I'm used to teaching these courses to people in groups, one-on-one, and I had no idea how it would actually land if I did it online. And what I discovered is that it does. So I want to keep going. And so then I thought, well, how do I keep going? And Love the Life You Live Club was kind of started, and you guys saw the rough draft of my proposal and then my secondary proposal. So from that, I've had some questions from people, and I've written out some things so that I can answer what I was asked. So here it is. There's a few. So one question was, and these are going to be random because I don't have them in an order. So one of the questions was, are the meditations, the weekly meditations, are they downloadable? Yes, they definitely are. And if they are, they're through MP3, so you can listen to them. You don't have to watch me to do it. And the other question that was with that is, how would a meditation like this benefit me differently than getting a meditation that I can just download from the internet somewhere? And there's actually it's a great question because there's an interesting difference. When you meditate with a certain intention, then that awareness, that meditation goes through you differently. Goes through you differently physically, emotionally, energetically. You are also connecting to the larger group, and everybody who's in this group will be meditating that whole week. So you'll be having that energy kind of as a collective subconscious effort. And so that's I'm also curious to see how that's going to work, because I know in group, in a room, it's phenomenal what can happen. And I've heard that it really works. Well, I know it works when I've done the heart meditation, and I feel that other people are doing the heart meditation in different places. It makes that experience bigger in some ways. So that's the meditation. And question: how is the Facebook group set up? So the Facebook group, this is another challenge for me. The Facebook group, this one was a closed group. The one for the club is going to be a secret group, so that you and only you can access it, and only members of the group can access it. If it's a club, then if people search the name, then they can find if it's a closed group, they can search and find the name and just kind of join that way. So this way you have to apply and be approved, and then you're kind of, that everybody who's there is coming with the same intention, and the intention is to love the life they live. Now, as you know, I hope by now, there's no like, you've got to do things a certain way, you've got to feel happy, and you've got to feel fulfilled. It's like, no, explore where you're at and see what you discover in that exploration and in the expansion. And the awesome thing about having a group where everybody's kind of on the same page is that you have support, you have different insights of how other people engage with different dimensions, and so you can get curious and go, wow, I never even thought that I could engage with things that way, and I can. That's awesome. So that's the intention behind the secret group, and keeping it so that you're clear in yourself that everybody who's there is there with the same intention, to love the life that they live. All right? When I'm receiving the information, if I join this group and this club, when I'm receiving the information, how am I going to get it? So this is fun. There's now a member site on my website, and again, once you join the club, you will have access, and only members will have access to that member site. Other people won't. And on that, you can log on anytime and you can get all of the information that has been recorded and put there for your use. So on it will be the weekly focus and the weekly meditation. In addition to that, I am also going to send out a weekly email about what the focus of the week is. Because for some people, it's easier to get an email. Other people go, whoa, I get way too much emails. I don't want that. I just want to be able to go in and access this information when I want to. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to provide that for each of you. If you get the Love Life You Live Club in your email subject and you want to read it that way, go for it. If you're like, nope, I'd rather just do this in my own time, my own way, then you can log into the site and, you know, at your leisure, you can check that out. So that's the mission of the morning, actually, is figuring all that out, but it's coming together, so that's fun. And blah, 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 let's see. Oh, my rough draft. Okay, so in the rough draft that I sent out to you guys, because I was so excited on Friday, I said that I'd do 2 conference calls a week, so people could call in and ask any questions and I could field them. I like to really show up when I say I'm going to in a certain way, and so if I say I'm going to do that, I've got to be able to do it. I can't do that every single month. I've got other things in my life, and so I could maybe do 1 a month. I'm not sure. And there's also so much going on that I've got to just say, I'd love to do it. And I will offer it instead of as a certainty, this is what's going to happen every month. I'm going to offer it as a bonus. I'm going to say, okay, so this month I can do 2 calls. This month I can do 1 call. This month, the bonus is going to be, and I'm super excited about this too, the bonus is going to be a discount on an online course that's coming up. I'm going to launch in October. So if you're part of the club, you will actually also get an invitation to take a course at a bonus. And the course that I've got lined up for this fall is actually going to be, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time about this actually, but it's going to be once a month, 3 weeks out of the month, focusing on a different energy center. And I'm super excited about that because I've been teaching it for over 20 years now in group, and so I want to kind of expand the group and see what we come up with here. Okay, now let me look at these other notes and say, oh, okay, so somebody's like, great. You know, I did the challenge, I got some cool things out of it, but how is this being part of this club going to benefit me? And so I asked actually some other people and asked myself, you know, what are the benefits of being part of this club? And I think that what happens is that, you know, we go through life and we're busy and we can get distracted, sometimes pulled away from ourselves. So the gift of joining this club for you is you saying to yourself, I'm going to commit to every single week having some time that I'm going to connect or reconnect to myself. And I'm going to do it in a way that is that's simple, that's accessible, that it's time friendly, because all of my meditations will be from 5 to 10 minutes, not longer. I can do it at my own pace. I know that I have support if I have any questions or if I run into a block. I've got the group, or I can email Gilly's team. And so it's a way of you giving the gift of yourself to yourself, okay? Reconnecting to yourself and also kind of pushing the limits a little bit, expanding into areas that you might not consider or may not have been comfortable. All right, I'm just gonna take another look here. Oh, there's also gonna be actions every week, so something that I'm gonna ask you to actually do. So to take an action and do something. And it's really about you being proactive in your life, because things come up. And somebody gave me this great example this morning. It's like when you trip, your physical body responds to make sure that you don't fall. So these are things that you probably know deeply inside of yourself. Instead of waiting until you trip, or instead of having to go into survival mode, this club is all about being proactive and going, yes, I'm going to love the life I live, and I am going to engage in it. So give yourself the gift, and I'm super excited because some people have already signed up, and it'll launch on August 1st, so that's a week from now. Hope to see you there. It's great having you join me. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. And